Hey y'all. So I thought I'd come on here and just have a nice little chat. I'm enjoying this quick little break, passing through Arizona, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's got some very interesting landscapes. So y'all, I just went in and picked up a delivery, and I had been, watching and trying to learn some things, some new things that I didn't know. I was chasing that rabbit down the rabbit hole when it came to, how like little kids always say, why? And then, parents sometimes, if they don't even know why, they'll say, because I said so, and all this other drama. Well, take for example, if you have a house, right? And the child is asking, why does mom and dad go to work? Why do you have to work? To pay. I got bills to pay, right? Taxes. Why? And it leads to other questions. Well, because the country where I live requires me to pay taxes. Why? Because that's how, how the government runs or whatever. But they start asking all these why, and we start getting irritated because sometimes we may not even know why. And that has to do with not knowing systems in this country. The number one of what I've observed, now I'm just spewing out some observations, is number one, you're paying for everything. So number one, we live in a country where we literally pay for everything. Now, within that, you're able to have certain assets. A term, it finally clicked what that meant. But I had to get schooled on that I didn't get from previous schooling. I got basically the education that I got, the takeaways that I got, they were laying out the groundwork for tools. And as, a child grows and develops, guess what? Your mind also grows and develops. So if you give certain tools, your child may or may not grasp the concept of, okay, what's this for? Right? How is this what is this? So, education system. There's certain rules that apply to work that system, right? I gotta go to the doctor, I'm sick, and all this other stuff. Healthcare system, right? There's a certain operation for that entire system, right? I'm in a system. I'm in a transportation system. And there are certain rules, guidelines that are required in order to operate, make money from that system. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, y'all, it's time to start. I don't know what it is, but once upon a time, people knew and they got it. They understood the system and how certain financials, because we got to pay for everything, they've learned how to work that financial system. They learned how to follow the money. And from there, you can position yourself in places to work that system, jobs. So you think about all the different jobs in the healthcare system. You think about all the different jobs in the education system. You think about all the different jobs in that agricultural farming system, right? This is stuff that, why did I even go there? Okay, let's say you bought a piece of land, right? You have a piece of property. You still have to pay our country its taxes, property tax, right? Pay them money. So at the end of the day, nothing in this country is yours. Nothing. Because you're paying somebody for it. So this land, you decide, okay, I'm going to grow some stuff. So I grew a whole bunch of stuff, right? You grow a whole bunch of stuff. Now what? Now it's time to harvest all that stuff, right? Because if you don't harvest it, it just turns into seed, but you still got to do some kind of harvesting. So who's going to do that, right? And then you're going to need a system to be able to pick up, right, all that goodness that we like to eat and get it out to the masses, the people, right? Now, there's a whole other system of how to do that, because once they get it onto a truck directly straight out the ground, they need to have a warehouse or something, because they need to be able to get it directly out the ground. Sometimes they'll put it raw, potatoes or whatever, into the back of your truck or right, and then from the farm they take it to another place, another warehouse, where they package it, right? Because now you need more, right, to go pick up, now that they're all in boxes and stuff, and it's easier separated and it's moved around. Now you can take it to another warehouse that puts it on another right, to go to the either processing plant or a grocery store. Oh, other systems now. Okay, so that's the big, that's a particular system. You go to college and they throw at you all these different, why do I gotta learn this, and why I gotta learn, I don't know what I want to be, and all that stuff. But what it really was, it wasn't about what we want to be. It's about, do you understand the systems that you're going to be working in? Because even if you want to be some kind of actress, music, whatever, guess what? That's another system that you need to learn how to operate in order to make money, so that you can have a roof over your head, food in your belly, or whatever. And at the end of the day, you can't take any of it with you when you're gone. Period. It's gone. So who gets that? The next generation. And I think, y'all, I'm just spewing out, because all I got time to do out here is think and meditate on whatever I was reading or listening to or learning, right? Learning doesn't stop, ever. And if it does, you're not going to get very far. And if you don't learn how to work, because that's the type of country we live in, where we have to work. People are dying just trying to get here for the opportunity to work. Some people, they think we're a rich country, blah, 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 blah. If you know how the systems operate and where you can, it's like guidelines. It's like somebody gave you the rule book or the playbook, But you got to be creative with the play, right? To make it work to your advantage. I don't know if I'm just spewing off nonsense or whatever, but that's what I was thinking about today. And I'm looking at, it's not too late. If you're older and you have children, it's not too late to start sharing with them. This is to start, answering those why questions. Sometimes you just have to tell them, this is a system. This is how it operates. Sometimes they'll get it and they might, understand. But now we're trying to figure out, well, where do I fit, into this pattern, into this system? This is where the overwhelming stuff comes in. The system, there's no emotions in it. The system doesn't care about your feelings. You may not want to do what the system is telling you to do, but there is no amount of crying, him, who, and high that's going to change the rules for that system. So, there was a lot of damage in this country, I think, because certain people realize that, how can we use this system to our advantage? And unfortunately, a lot of different people got hurt in the process. A lot of, not just certain, races or whatever. A lot. That's where the history comes from. And I think too much people focus on all the bad stuff that has happened, but not, if you take away all the emotions from that, if you take that completely out of the equation, this is the system that was operating. And this country went to war over an economic system. Some people want to think that, they used another system of morality or whatever to help change things, right? But ultimately, the system in itself did not change, and the country went to war over it to make it that way. So, these are just some of my thoughts today. I know I'm just rambling on, but what do you think?